doesn't like heroics.
There's something in there. I just know it.
I almost had a treasure once.
Oi! Can you help me?
I sent an anonymous howler.
Lumos. Revelio. Incendio. Accio. Levioso.
Professor Weasley?
Somewhere away from prying eyes.
Forgive me, the headmaster stopped me and I... Merlin's beard! I see you've wasted no time. Well done. Shall we?
After you, Professor. What is this place?
This is the Room of Requirement. It only appears when one is in real need of it. Ordinarily, a student might stumble upon this room entirely by accident. If ever. I'd only planned to suggest to you how to find it by walking past that bit of wall, focusing on what you need. But you've managed to reveal the room on your own. While I'm here, we should take advantage of the moment. Now, where is Deke? He must have sneaked past and gone ahead.
Deke, Professor.
The house elf I was speaking to in my classroom your first day. Thought he might help you use the room once you found it. There's no chance I'm clambering over this mess. This presents the perfect opportunity to teach you Evanesco, the vanishing spell. You can cast Evanesco to vanish certain objects, such as these chairs and other things here in the room. I suggest you practice the wand movements first, then you can clear the chairs away.
Ну-ка, Evanesco.
Splendid. Now,
Evanesco.
cast Evanesco on those chairs. Excellent work. You'll note that you are now in possession of Moonstone. We shall discuss its uses later. Let's move on. Where in Merlin's name is that elf?
Revelio.
Is that... Goodness. My old school bag. I wondered where that had got to. I can't believe it's still here. I'll just take a quick look at this. Give you an opportunity to explore on your own until we locate Deke.
Yes, Professor.
Dear, can't you keep it down? Some of us are trying to rest.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Leviosa. Revelio.
Hope this isn't as precarious as it looks.
An intruder!
Revelio.
No, not... that's not helpful, you worthless pile of tin!
Revelio.
How does anyone other than a house elf manage to get around in here? What was that? Was that a golden stitch?
Revelio.
Perhaps you should summon your wits and find out.
Accio. Revelio.
We hope that house elf can find us in here.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Incendio. Accio.
Yikes! Careful! Huh? Oh, there you are. Wait right there. Deke will come to you. Hello.
Ah, Deke, we've been looking for you.
Apologies, Professor Weasley. Deke was looking through some of what's appeared in the room since Deke was last here. Is this the student?
Indeed it is.
Deke is honored to meet you.
Deke has been a friend since I was a second year. We discovered this room together.
Рад познакомиться со
I
мной.
mentioned you to Deke. We believe that you might be able to benefit from this room like I did. Deke, would you be so kind?
Of course, Professor
О,
Weasley.
Макс, ёпта. Ловиоза тебе в камеру.
Requirement will always be equipped for the seeker's needs.
Волшебная палочка здесь.
It's unplottable, so won't appear on any map. Most happen upon it by accident.
За Гриффиндор топлю.
Deep-seen students in need of an extra file for potions stumble upon the room filled with them.
Здорово.
You seem
Самый,
to have
блядь, крутой
accessed
Макс.
it in its form as the room of hidden things.
I was thinking about needing a place away from prying eyes. Brilliant.
Oh, that explains it then.
What I need specifically is a place where I can catch up on my schoolwork without distraction.
Well then, the room can provide you with precisely that. Now,
Короче, этого хоббита
focus on what you need.
зовут Дик.
Just close your eyes. Imagine the room precisely as you need it. The room will do the
Серьезно пошло.
rest.
Игра зашла, мне нормально. Заебись. Нравится. Было бы времени побольше, я бы, блин, вообще бы... Я бы заиграл бы. Прямо до платины. Платину, наверное, точно бы выиграл. Фига я ремонт сделал. По-быстрому. Сука, евро-минимализм. Практически.
I look forward to seeing what you do with the space. Ah, and it seems the room has provided you with a desk of description. Excellent. It can identify unfamiliar items of clothing.
Сейчас будем
One should
обставлять.
always understand the effects of anything in which one is clothed.
Так. О, нихуя. Но танков горит уже нахуй. Блять. Базара нет.
Plenty of items of clothing that need to be identified. The desk will be an invaluable resource.
Ну ладно, определили. Что там, видимо, нужно качать. Качать надо, да. Ты же сказал, что она у тебя есть. Тебе ее не качать нужно, тебе, получается, только установить. Но это только если ты за эту вселенную там, типа, шаришь, любишь. А так, если не фанат, то навряд ли тебе зайдет.
The room might not
А
provide
я
everything
видел,
you need on its
за
own.
Гриффиндор и двор, блядь, стреляя в
The
упор.
magic of creating or
Купил, в
conjuring
библиотеке висит.
objects. I'll teach you.
Ну, игра не хуй может и повисеть. Опа. Ща будем изучать. Заклинания. Так, хуякс. Погнали. Опа. Вот так. Хоп. Хопа.
Very good. When conjuring more complex objects, you'll need what's called a spellcraft. Spellcrafts are like recipes. They list the ingredients or resources needed to conjure a particular object. You should have acquired some for a potion station and potting table from tomes and scrolls in Hogsmeade.
Сейчас будем делать себе зелье. Хочу настаивать водку на рябине.
Throughout the Highlands, it's much safer and easier to purchase them. They can also be collected by vanishing objects in the room, such as the chairs you vanished earlier. In fact, you should have enough resources for now.
I see. Can I regain resources by vanishing something I've already conjured?
You can indeed. Quite perceptive. Why
Да
don't
пиздец, я еще тот Гарри Поттер.
Go ahead and
Жоры
conjure the potion
горшков-то.
station and potting table. You should find both familiar, since they'll resemble the ones you've already used to study
Так, ну
magical
что-то надо
plots and
делать.
brew potions in class.
Перевода жалко нету, надо, блядь, субтитры читать. Так. У меня вроде даже на русском языке полностью. Не, она полностью не может быть на русском языке. Тут чисто... Блядь, я что-то пропустил. Здесь только субтитры. Наколдуйте стол для горшков. А как нахуй это сделать?
Revelio.
Стой. А, во. И... Ну вот эту шнягу попробуем. Ну вот так вот. Так. О. Это я, блядь, закрыл, конечно. Наколдуйте стол для горшков. Так. Так, наколдуйте стенд для зельеварения. Блядь. Мебель. Ёбаный насрал. Вот это я головой, конечно, тут красиво сел. Не то. Стол для стенд для зельеварения. Вот. О. Бля, стой. Так. Ну, допустим. Опа. Сейчас будем выбирать, какой прикольный. Ну, вот этот ничего, конечно. Я такой слизеринг делаю. Блин, у меня подготовлена, короче, превьюшка для видосов на эту же шутку. Бля, давай с черепами, похуй. Стой. Стол для горшков. Так. Зелье варенья. Подожди, блядь. Столы. Травология, ну-ка. Блять. Тут надо читать, короче. Лего Star Wars пошел проходить тоже темы. Гарри оставлю под НГ. Давай целую хамовники. Давай, ловился тебе в камеру. Не забывай. Гриффиндор топ. Ну давай в этот уголок. Ты забыл, помнишь, как было? Как, подожди. Давай, про что-то. Во, это будет в тему. Как там? Ингладиум лавиоса. Как там оно, блин? Вот так.
Deke will be here to answer any questions you may have. Do not underestimate his insights.
Блин, сейчас учиться придется.
Can you tell me a bit more about Deke?
He's been at Hogwarts longer
Да
than I
нету
have,
тут что-то.
and seems to know its every nook, cranny, and secret. We discovered this room together when I was a student. Deke has had a good deal of experience, both here at Hogwarts and at a previous post.
Дискотеки сегодня
let
нет,
Deke tell you
походу.
more when he's ready. But again, you would be wise to listen to any
Это же не
suggestions
танки.
he may have.
И не GTA какая-нибудь. Здесь зрителей не будет.
Can I use this type of transfiguration magic outside of the room?
Conjuring and vanishing are strictly forbidden elsewhere in the castle. We've charms in place to enforce that. It would be exhausting to reverse the errors in both judgment and magic. But the room of requirement
дают мне какие-то тут ништяки, а потом их отбирают нахрен.
I will be sure to speak with Deke if I need anything. Thank you.
Good luck. I shall linger a bit longer in case you'd like to learn another transfiguration spell for use in the room.
Допустим. Не, компа у меня нету, чисто напрямую с Соньки. Поэтому, видишь, здесь нету донатной шкалы, здесь нельзя ее поставить. Ну, еще какие-нибудь там камеру как-то по-другому сделать. У меня есть хорошая камера для компа, но у меня компа нету. Короче, сосемба. Так, ладно. А ну-ка мы... Хуйнаны. Вот что я хочу. Эклектично. Не то. Донатная шкала, все правильно. Так, сейчас. Сейчас же я проебу один момент какой-нибудь. О, нет, не то. Во. бы эту шнягу так... Опа, стопэ. Тихо, 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 тихо. Есть. Да еб твою. Короче, что-то можно сварить. О, зелье Максима, слышь? Ты увидел, нет? Пока у меня нету ингредиентов, короче, не обучился этому.
I'm ready for the next lesson, Professor.
Very well. First, you'll need to gather some moonstone. You can acquire it by vanishing items here in the Room of Requirement, or you can gather it carefully outside of the Hogwarts grounds. Return to me once you've gathered enough, and we shall begin the lesson.
Так, а чё, у меня нету, что ли? Ну, допустим. Должно же быть уже.
I have the moonstone you requested, Professor.
Good. Then we may begin your lesson. You can conjure more than potions and herbology tables. Conjuration can be used to decorate this space to your liking. Why don't you try it on the walls and floor?
Да ёпта, началось. Так, стены, погнали. Во, ну-ка. Один есть. Два. А ну-ка, что тут у нас? Угу. Короче, какую-нибудь хуйню надо на это. Погнали, ковер. Как, блядь, без ковра-то, ёпта. Готический. Ботанический. Ботанический, значит, сюда. Да стой ты, ёпта. Ну, чуть-чуть. Yes. Наукообразный. Это сюда. А, не, вот это. О. Ух ты ж. Yes. Давай. Да стой ты, ёб твою. Тихо-то.
Good work. Shall we move on?
I've conjured everything I can. What's next, Professor?
I think you're ready to take on alteration. The altering spell will allow you to customize any conjured item. You can change the colors, patterns, and styles of your furniture to suit your taste. Let's get started, shall we? Watch closely as I demonstrate how to perform the altering spell. Just aim your wand at any conjured item and perform the altering spell to customize it.
Revelio.
Nicely done. Now you're ready for something a little more advanced. You can use the altering spell directly on the room's
Accio.
Try these new designs on the floor of your balcony.
Ну чё, где балкон-то?
Your space might benefit from a bit of ambiance, don't you think? Deke, would you mind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. Professor Weasley showed Deke this bit of magic some years ago. Deke thinks you'll enjoy it. Come and talk to Deke when you're ready.
Professor Weasley said I should ask you about changing the room's ambience?
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I'd like the room to feel mysterious and eerie, as if I'm in the Forbidden Forest, surrounded by shadows.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Quite a difference. Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like it. You can always ask Deke to change it back. Now you have learnt a good bit about alteration.
Thank you, Professor. The room is full of possibilities.
Indeed. No matter how much time I spend here, the room always manages to surprise me. An even bigger space.
How did that happen?
The room equips itself to your needs. It must have sensed that you needed more space to practice spellcasting. If you'd like to customize the space further, you can use these spellcrafts. You'll find more of them both inside and outside the school.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep an eye out.
Good. I'll leave you to it. This is your space now. Use it wisely.
Окей. Нихуя у меня тут место. Так, ладно, этим потом займемся. Ну-ка.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
Actually, perhaps another time.
Блять, это все, конечно, хорошо. Угу. Ща.
Revelio.
I don't find potions bearable.
Over here.
Sebastian, it's been a while.
It has. Glad you received my owl. I have something to show you.
First, let me thank you for what you did in the library.
Of course. Scribner tried to give me detention, but I have ways out of these things.
Well, you took the fall for me, and that counts for something.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I did, but something was missing. I'm not sure here is the best place to discuss it.
Understood. We can talk more in a moment, in the Undercroft. Not even the professors know about this place. This way. There's a secret passage just here.
It's well disguised. How did you find this place?
My friend, Ominous Gaunt. He named it the Undercroft. We used to play gobstones here all the time. With my sister, Anne. She loved that infernal game. What I wouldn't give to lose to her again. I should tell you, I swore to Ominous I would safeguard this place. So please, keep this between us. He never confides in anyone. But he's trusted me since the day we met. I wouldn't want to jeopardize that. We used to sneak in here almost daily. We've never been caught.
Revelio. I think I've seen Ominous in potions. Or was it herbology? I've noticed that he uses his wand to navigate the castle.
He does. No idea how, though. Ominous was born blind, and no spell could reverse it. His wand seems almost sentient. Not surprising, I suppose. Ollivander always says, the wand chooses the wizard.
Is that how he found this place?
No, someone in his family knew about it. The Gaunts are full of secrets. I've never heard anyone else speak of it. And I've certainly never seen anyone else here. Again, mention this to no one, especially Ominous. He has no love lost for his family or their secrets. But this place is special to him.
Understood. But why does Ominous have no love lost for his family?
His father's family are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Obsessed with blood status, most of them. Ominous cannot abide them, as he'll be the first to tell you. Anyway, the Undercroft has been a perfect place to sneak off to, away from prying eyes, and even practice otherwise forbidden spells.
Really? Like what?
Like the blasting curse. Professors say it's not an appropriate spell to teach students.
A proper magical education ought to include all magic.
My thoughts exactly. A spell like Confringo is only truly dangerous in untrained hands. Such spells should be properly taught, not banned. To be fair, I'm admittedly partial to more fiery forms of magic. But you should learn it. I can teach it to you safely here.
Погнали.
It may take a while to get the feel for it. Mimic my wand movement. The incantation is Confringo.
Very well.
You're getting it. Ready to actually try it out? Stick to the targets, though. Best to keep... Tact. Have a go at those candelabras. Both have their uses, but I think you'll find that a Confringo cast travels a bit farther than that of a spell like Incendio.
Revelio. Confringo.
Nice work. How's it feel?
It's a tad hot.
You're getting... That's it!
I think I've got it.
Well done.
Revelio. Confringo. I have to say, I enjoyed that.
The first time Ominous and I practiced Confringo, we singed our eyebrows.
I would have paid to see that.
I swore we'd never live it down. To this day, there's something about that spell that's addictive.
This is exactly the type of magic I've been hoping to learn.
There's more where that came from. Been practicing similar spells here for ages. Although, I didn't tell Anne and Ominous about every one. Haven't been here in some time. It's not the same without Anne.
I'm sorry about your sister. If there's anything I can do...
Perhaps when I next head to Feldcroft, you could come along. Meet Anne. She could use some cheering up.
Just let me know when and I'll meet you.
Oh, she misses Hogwarts. She's been stuck at home with our guardian, Uncle Solomon. Unfortunately, you'll have to meet him too. Well, meeting a new student will be precisely what she needs.
I shall look forward to it.
Cheers. By the way, what was it you couldn't discuss out in the hall earlier?
I'm not sure where to start.
You said something was missing from what you found in the library. I assume it's to do with what you told me. About the port key, and Gringotts, and Ranrock.
Nothing gets past you. And yes, it is. As I'm sure you suspect, there is a bit more to all of this.
I'm listening.
You must promise to keep this between us.
I trusted you with knowledge of the secret Undercroft. You can trust me.
All right. I can see traces of ancient magic.
Ancient magic? I don't know what I was expecting to say, but it wasn't that. What does that even mean?
Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. All I know is that I can see whispers of an old magic that hardly anyone else can. Fig and I think that Ranrock has somehow found a way to harness that magic's power.
Are you telling me that goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out.
And this ability of yours, does it allow you to wield this magic too?
I don't know.
Well, when you do know, tell me. I've been studying archaic forms of magic for ages. Perhaps we can help each other. In the meantime, with both Rookwood and Ranrock after you, I suspect a bit more time practicing the blasting curse is in order. Spend as much time here as you'd like. And remember, keep this place between us. When I head to Feldcroft, I'll send you an owl.
Hello, Sebastian. Wait. You there? I can hear you.
Oh, hello. Ominous, isn't it? I believe we have potions together. And herbology?
I recognize that voice. Heard you talking to Gareth Weasley in potions class. You're the new 5th year. Did you just come from the Undercroft? How did you get in there?
That room's called the Undercroft. Ah, well, I was exploring and then suddenly found myself in a strange passageway.
Don't lie to me. No one stumbles upon that room. Sebastian told you, didn't he? You breathe a word about this place to anyone, and not even your precious Professor Fig will be able to help you. My father is friends with the headmaster. I am not afraid to exploit that connection if I need to.
Trust me, Ominous. I won't say a word. And Sebastian is a good friend. You shouldn't immediately assume the worst of him.
I don't need you to tell me about my oldest friend. Thank you very much.
Ominous, I just meant...
I know what you meant. Sebastian gets himself in enough trouble. He doesn't need your help. Sebastian is going to get an earful about this.
Ок.
Revelio.
Wingardium Leviosa. It can be used to levitate objects for a short time. Once you've completed a few prerequisite tasks, do see me after class.
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. Nearly Headless Nick asked me to get some rotten roast beef from the kitchens.
Rotten roast beef?
Yes, I thought it was odd too. But then, we took the roast beef to Sir Podmore of the Headless Hunt, and...
You met the Headless Hunt? That must have been interesting, to say that.
Yes. And then I had to find Richard Jackdaw's head in the pumpkins so that he'd tell me about how he died.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, and we'll need to bring the book. The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way. And a portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this Jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh, Peeves. To think it was beneath us all this time. This looks promising. Map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal, as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the Map Chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability, the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the port key, and of trials you'd created for one who could see traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the Keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until, perhaps, now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. But of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news, indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Shall we have a look? I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
It looks familiar. Perhaps your young friend is more well-traveled than you might think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon as you can.
You said that you know that tower. What can you tell me about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. I've passed it dozens of times. It's north of Hogsmeade. My recollection is that it seems abandoned. Clearly, however, the tower conceals more than meets the eye.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful, and do not tell anyone where you're going.
It's time you learned, Glacius, the freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation. But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks. Once you've done that, come and see me.
Accio! Confringo! Revelio! Confringo!
Revelio.
Не смог уснуть без твоего стрима. Палка тебе в камеру. Сейчас, подожди, сейчас уснешь. Сейчас мы полетаем тут немножко. Хуя-муя. Тебе по-любому суши не хватает. Только я понять не могу, нахуя я лечу туда на точку. Если я должен полопать шары. Но шары они здесь же, ептая. Под рукой. Не, Alan Wake не играл, не. Ее ж покупать надо там туда-сюда. Во-первых, не моя эта тема. Такие игры. Alan Wake. Вот, и это. Как бы. Я и первый не проходил, блядь, и эту точно не буду проходить. Раз. Два. Да я сам как, слушай, а это уже ты разве не покупал? Так, эту я покупал. Ну, это я хоть фанат, это я, блядь, скрипя сердцем 4000 рублей отдал, блядь. Я теперь это без денег, ёпта. На полгода, нахуй. Я за такие бабки игру только один раз в жизни покупал, и то я за нее вернул деньги. Это был этот... Как его называют? Как же называют? А, Киберпанк. Вот я в нее поиграл, и потом это... Sony говорит, ну типа там же она хуёвая какая-то вышла. И Sony за нее деньги вернули. Ну и вот, я ее поиграл, постримил. И, соответственно, еще и бабки вернулись. И все, и потом за такие бабки я больше ничего не покупал. Даже Death Stranding мне не так дорого обошелся. Еще в те времена, когда, блядь, все работало. И за 5000 5 игр купила, а это в том же числе на Черную пятницу. Киберпанк, ну такой, блядь, я в нее не хочу возвращаться, в Киберпанк. Подожди, блядь, как ты нахуй за 5000 купил Alan Wake? Где ты его взял, во-первых? Ну так он... За 5000 5 игр? Что-то ты мне втираешь какую-то дичь. Подожди, давай-ка сейчас мы уточним один вопросик, ну такой, чисто щепетильный. Ты сейчас в России вообще? Ну такой уточняющий вопрос. Ну то, что ты, блядь, за 5000 5 игр, это когда вот еще кипиша всемирного, всенародного, блядь, не было, вот тогда еще можно было взять за такие бабки. Но сейчас за 5 игр что-то ты как, что-то ты кого-то обманываешь. Первая серия Alan Wake, Hogwarts, Star Wars, Lego, один из нас, первая серия, еще одна приблуда. Нет, ебать, в Индии. Это как его? Бля, сейчас вот эту точку нахуй все нарисую. За местного сойду. Подожди, блядь. За 5000 рублей 5 игр, еще и Хогвартс. Ты где их покупал, во-первых? Давай начнем с этого. Короче, я покупал на Вайлдберрисе диск За 3600. Сургута я. А, заебись. У тебя, наверное, там зима, так, блядь, зима, походу. Не то, что тут в Москве, блин, санина. О. Я что-то сделал так. 5-4 отдал, если точно, на турецкий аккаунт у меня. Бля, а как ты подожди. А, у тебя как? Ты через олд убил, что это получается? Да пиздос, что уже неделю минус 32. Блин, тут минус 15, и это вообще лютый пиздец. Я тебе так скажу. Короче. Я тут это пытался купить. Ну как, я захотел Хогвартса. Нет, через этот банк дорого, пиздец. Подожди, а через что тогда? Короче, хотел в это Хогвартс. Посмотрел, там была Черная пятница. Посмотрел то, что он стоит, если переводить, ну, на русские бабки, это 2300 или 2200, что-то такое. Начал смотреть там всех своих этих блогеров, которые там про игры рассказывают. Кто там рекламирует всякие сервисы по покупке игр, по продлению подписки, все дела. Блять, я им там пишу, там через телеграм-бот, ну, короче, захожу на эти сервисы. Сука, у всех одинаковый ценник. 3800. На турецкий аккаунт. Они мне, типа, должны купить. Я думаю, ёб твою мать. Или 3600, что-то такое. 3600, во. Я думаю, блядь. Схуяли, блядь. Там 2200 и 3600. Это что за курс такой? Ебаный, блядь. Захожу на Wildberries. Пишу про эту игру. 3800. Думаю, ёпта. Я 200 рублей прибавляю, покупаю целый диск, он остается у меня, и мозгам мне никто не ебет. И я оставлю его на свой российский аккаунт. Какая-то хуйня, блин. Олдус со Солидбанк, блядь, в лиры беру, вот через телеграм-бот взял. Ебать, а что у тебя за телеграм-бот такой интересный? Потому что я, короче, через 5 сервисов прошел. Нет, через 4, и один типан сам, типа, продает, типа, может тебе, ну, короче, личность занимается. Не рекламирует какие-то там сторонние сервисы, а чисто себя рекламирует. Блять, и у всех одинаковый ценник. И вообще он не сходится никак с ценами в Турции. Ну, ты через рус аккаунт берешь все. Не через рус, у меня есть турецкий аккаунт. Но его мне тоже просто создавал там типан, когда я покупал этот. Как его зовут-то? Ну, в прошлом году подписку PS+. Вот. Ну, я на то, как это, они мне сделали аккаунт плюс подписку. Ладно, короче. Ух, нихуя тут проход есть. Ты так, в принципе, подробно мне что-то ничего не сказал. Так. Я так и не понял, как ты. И игры тоже беру через них. У тебя, типа, есть турки какие-то, походу. Матильда Уизли, ёпта. О, здесь это... Мячики вот эти для игры. Ага. Блядь. Ебать, трудно со стримером общаться в чате через микро, объяснять тебе завтра. Объяснить тебе завтра. Ладно, понял. Но мне сейчас пока не актуально все это дело. У меня есть пока сейчас игра. Подписку я брать не хочу. То, что они предлагают для этой подписки, это того не стоит. Я считаю, прошлый год не окупил. Да, базара нет. Я там поиграл в какие-то игры, в которые я еще не успел поиграть в свое время. Но ёпта. Ни одной новой игры, никакого свежака. Ну, короче, ну ты понял. У меня подписка закончилась, но я ее рот ебал. Вот 2 месяца у меня ее нету. Все, что давали за эти 2 месяца, ну, я бы и не играл бы. Вообще не сыграл бы ни в одну игру. Там хуйня какая-то. Ты считай, я в минус практически. Вот если бы я заплатил бы, я бы сейчас 2 месяца был бы в минусе вообще. На Коле. Там на поле написано. А в танки играть можно без подписки. Так, здорово, мать.
Madam Kagawa, I completed the list of tasks you assigned.
Wonderful. I trust you became more familiar with your broom through the process?
Yes, Professor.
That's good to hear. Keep it up, and perhaps one day you'll have a spot on the Quidditch team.
Просто
If black
скачивается игра, запускается
with those tasks out of the way,
и играешь
let us
с
get
друзьями.
started. Glacius. Pay
Подожди,
attention to
как
your
доступ вы на это
wand work.
делаю? Ну, он просто Wi-Fi подключен, вот так и делаю. Сейчас, будем учиться этой шняге. Yes. Фух, ни хрена себе.
Well done.
Глациус.
I'd recommend that you practice
Ебать.
your new spell here in my office before taking
А
it
недавно
out
я
into the
подключил
world.
PS-ку через провод. Провод провел, короче, тут так. Ну, по колхозному, конечно, через полкомнаты. Но въебал туда этот. Напрямую. Теперь лагов с моей стороны не должно быть, если только интернет не вырубит. Не, ни хрена. Короче, вообще, ну, не во всех онлайн-играх нужна подписка. PS Plus. Короче, в Star Wars Battlefront подписка нужна. В танке не нужна. Потом еще какая-то есть игрушка. Какие-то онлайн-игры. Вот там тоже не нужно. Подписки чисто, чтобы игры получать какие-то бесплатно. А, и плюс в танках там за каждый месяц, если у тебя подписка подключена, ты там какое-то золото получаешь, серебро, еще какую-то хуйню. Но мне, может быть, и актуально было бы, но тоже не актуально. Но ты спокойно, вот ты часто играешь в танчики, ты эту хуйню чисто онлайном заработаешь спокойней и быстрее, чем, блядь, эта подписка каждый месяц, вот эти подачки. Ну и плюс, наверное, там скидки на какие-то там танчики, на какую-то такую хуйню. А так тебе подписка не нужна, чтобы играть в онлайн. О, так, с типом надо сыграть.
What are you doing out here? Challenging you to a game of Summoner's Court. I think it's time you faced a real opponent, outside of Ronan's little lesson in charms class. Summoner's Court isn't just a game. It's a battle of skill. A test of a witch or wizard's mettle. What say?
I'm in. Let's do it.
Brilliant.
Сейчас соревнование
Summoner's
будет.
Court. The ever-changing game. Akio.
Ну, не сказал бы. Seals of Stars.
Try to beat that.
Akio.
Чё случилось? Стоять. Ага.
Lucky shot. Akio.
Так, стопы. Так, съебался отсюда.
Nothing to it.
Akio.
Опа! Ах ты мразь.
Missed the mark a bit on that one.
Прям прошел с огромным удовольствием. Это инди-игрушка. Я знаю про нее. Смотрел что-то. Ролик небольшой.
All in the wrist.
Да ёпта.
Wait, did I win? I won!
Ну красава, Чухан, победил, блин. Ну давай еще раз.
We should have bet a few galleons on that round.
Есть проще любой купить, хотя так хоть и кажется дороже, но его скинуть можно всегда выгодно. Да. Да, это ты прав.
You could use the practice.
Можно спокойно там, не меняя, как его, не передавая ак никому. Можно спокойно там с типами, там с кентами меняться игрой. Так. Давай, ебальник свой, блядь, это затухни. Опа. Сука. Да як же так?
Didn't think you were a match for me.
Сасемба. Но просто ты знаешь, с этими дисками в чем проблема? Вот если какая-нибудь игра более-менее нормальная. А ты, блядь. То диск будет. А если вот типа инди или еще какая-нибудь такая, знаешь, игрушка, которой на диске нету. Ну, хуй ты ее достанешь. Ну, с легкостью. Сейчас только через какие-то танцы с бубном. Ёбаный насрал. Как? Да схуяли, пизда экономил. Ничего я там не взламывал. Я же татарин, блин. Мы же все жадные.
I'm game for another round.
Grand. You could use the practice. Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game.
Давай, Чухан. Леандр. Фига ему, типа. Леандр. А, сука. Перелет. Тут можно кайф словить и бесплатно, это правильно. А там еще есть дофига онлайн игры бесплатных. Без подписки. Как его? Apex Legends. Без подписки, короче. Потом Overwatch. Блядь. Второй. И первый тоже вроде без подписки. Ну, короче, дофига прикольных игр, которые это... GTA онлайн вроде тоже без подписки.
Try to beat that.
Поэтому это... Сука. Любой школьник может на PlayStation без подписки всю жизнь прожить свою. Если бы у Sony хуйня не страдала и в России была, вы вообще на халяву выиграли бы, да. Не люблю я онлайн-игры, только потом захожу, остальное все на прохождение. Я тоже люблю прохождение. Онлайн чисто танки. И звездаки были, пока была подписка. А так, во многие я пытался играть, пробовал. Чё-то как нет. Что-то как не очень пошло. Блять, в натуре, если бы, сука, Sony не была бы такой конторой пидорасов, блять. Стой, 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 стой. О, yes. Блять. Ладно, все равно 50 очков я заработал. Чисто схитрил, но заработал. Просто я помню, когда я только купил PlayStation, вот то, что ты сказал, типа на 5000, там 5 игр купил. Я помню времена, когда я, блин, на 5... Ёпта. Рано. На 5 сколько я там покупал? Да на 5 там я покупал прямо... Сколько игр. Assassin's Creed люблю, вселенная охрененная.
I'll let you have that one.
Так, хуйня какая-то, подожди.
We should have bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
Я, короче, последний ассасин, который прошел, это был этот. Где там баба в Древней Греции бегает? Вот этот. Origin. Нет, Origins. Не Origins. Odyssey. И Origins я прошел, вот. В Алигалу не проходил еще. Мираж тоже. Блять, нет, Assassin's Creed. Я начинал играть, когда она только вышла. Так, стой. Есть. Я, короче, в 4 части поиграл. Потом у меня был какой-то... у меня компа не было, и PlayStation тоже не было. Поэтому я тогда пропустил несколько частей. И вот вернулся, считай, в... Как он называет? В Odyssey, блять, в Origin я вернулся.
Not bad.
Ну да, короче. Так. Стой, не по... Блядь.
Missed the mark a bit on that one.
Да это не спойлер, это херня, это я по бочке прохожу.
We should have bet a few galleons on that round.
Вот все, что вот сейчас вот ты видел, до этого момента это чисто обучение.
I'm game for another round.
Grand.
Поэтому тут даже очковать не нужно.
Summoner's Court, the ever-changing game.
Но Лавиос тебе в камеру. Блядь, я что-то здесь делаю неправильно. Полтос есть.
That was one for the ages.
Сейчас вот это посерединке надо бы взять. Не то. Во. Оп. Сейчас упадет, упала, сука. Поздно.
Didn't think you were a match for me.
Пошел ты нахуй.
All in the wrist.
Так, ну-ка. О.
I've seen worse. We should have bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
I'm game for another round.
Grand. You could use the practice. Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. Akio. Try to beat that.
Akio.
That was one for the ages. Akio. Nothing to it.
Пидорас, блядь.
Missed the mark a bit on that one. Akio. All in the wrist.
Akio.
Lucky shot. We should have bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
I'm game for another round.
Grand. You could use the practice. Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. Akio.
Akio.
That was one for the ages. Akio. Try to beat that. I'll let you have that one. Akio.
Сука, ебать ты встал.
Nothing to it.
Akio.
Ай, блин.
Didn't think you were a match for me. Well done. You beat me.
Победа. Yes.
Bit of good luck, that's all.
Come now, Leander. There's no need for that.
Fine, you're good. Better than I am, at least. I'll let the others know you're good enough to keep playing.
The others?
I lost 7 matches in a row to Samantha Dale. The others who play Summoner's Court thought that if you couldn't beat me, you wouldn't be enough of a challenge.
Chin up, Leander. Keep practicing and you'll get better.
I suppose you're right. I'll let the others know that your metal's been tested. and that you passed.
Yes.
I believe you are ready to learn Arresto Momentum, the slowing charm. It allows you to freeze objects or people in mid-air. Simply complete a few tasks and then come and see me.
Welcome. Come on in. Now, where was I? Right. Oh, yes. No one can say I don't keep a stacked shelf.
Revelio.
Watch yourself, though. Let's have you leave here alive.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Whew. Sorry I'm in a bit of a tizzy. I was just scolding some of the plants for spitting and nipping. I suppose it's my own fault for putting more than 4 to a tray. By the way, Beatrice Green is the name, but you may address me as Madam Green. Welcome to Dogweed and Deathcap. Oh, mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there wasn't the constant demand for antidotes, I wouldn't need to stock so many of the little dears. Except, of course, for curses. And, well, if you've been petrified, then obviously you've come to the right place. Mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there's an uprooting, you'll be the next one to drop dead, and I'm in no mood for a clear-up.
What do you have for sale?
Oh, I'm always thrilled when a young one makes a wise purchase. I can tell you'll go far. Doors always open. You be sure to stop by soon. Such a wee bairn gieing a thrashing to a troll. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, I'm always thrilled when a young one makes a wise purchase. I can tell you'll go far.
Revelio. 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 Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Who lived here, I wonder? Revelio. Revelio. Too quiet. Assignment's all finished. Quite enough. Potato! Stupid! Take it out off me! Incendio! I won't rest. Leviosa! Expelliarmus! Accio! No! Confringo! Revelio! Expelliarmus! Not my fault you're a deadly great spider. Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Can't go wrong with the broom.
Revelio.
Plants grow could be so...
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it.
Ну-ка.
When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Вот так, на.
Feel free to practice Wingardium Leviosa here in the greenhouse. I've set some crates out for you in the next room.
Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa.
You're a natural.
Professor Garlic, a moment of your time?
The plants are resting, so now's as good a time as any.
I was wondering, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared. Really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvelous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor?
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
A fair bit of bad luck there, I'd say.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
I had no idea. How awful.
Last I heard, he'd gone to Romania. As rumor would have it, he developed a sudden interest in dragons. One can only hope he found more happiness working with them than he did with Flora. Ha! Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your wigan trees.
Ух ты. Ну ладно, бог.